What is up, Cobra Kai Nation? Welcome back to the Cobra Kai Nation YouTube channel. Hope you've all had a great Saturday. And today we're going to be doing a Q&A all about Cobra Kai Season 6 and the Karate Kid movie and any other questions you have regarding Cobra Kai, the new Karate Kid film. So everybody, how's it going? I see Jim Tim. Faze, what's up? Hello. What is going on, everybody? Dark Knight, welcome to the stream. How's it going, man? It's good to see you here. I'm glad you're here, and welcome to the channel. I am really excited to talk to you guys. I know it's been a while since we did another live stream, and I'm looking forward to seeing what questions you guys have. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of good ones and discussion on Cobra Kai, and of course, feel free to smash the like button. And if you are new, make sure you're subscribed. We are very close to 60,000 subscribers, guys. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. I have been posting a lot more on my Cinema Nation channel. So I've actually rebranded my Shamoon React channel to Cinema Nation because I like the name a lot. And I think you get an idea of what I'm doing with it. So other than Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid on Cobra Kai Nation, I am going to be covering so much on there regarding other shows and films I love. I mean, I used to do that before I started Cobra Kai Nation, but check it out, Cinema Nation. I will probably put it in the description so you guys can check that out. And yeah, are you guys excited for the upcoming season 6? I know it's a stupid question, but I know some people probably haven't even shared their excitement yet when I've been talking to them. I just saw an interesting comment. Oh, what is up, Cobra Kai Underground? It's been a while. Finn, what's happening? The Comic Kai Bros, the brothers. Rash and Craig, I like that. That's cool. PJ, what's going on, man? Good to be on all the live streams. I'm glad you're here, man. Thank you for being here. You said something quite interesting, which I'm going to start with. Sholo stated on Lone Lobos that they're wrapping up Cobra Kai. Your thoughts? Did you mean within this month, or like I haven't seen that episode yet of Lone Lobos, so I don't know if Sholo don't quote me on it, but if Sholo is saying that, or if you have the direct quote, then that's quite interesting because filming is supposed to be until May at least. So if they've managed to wrap up earlier, I would be very surprised. Unless like Sholo might be saying this because he's been told to say this, so it doesn't, certain fans won't figure out how much more they've got left of filming. But it wouldn't make sense if they wrap up filming soon because they've still got so much more to film, which wouldn't really make sense. So maybe he meant like certain things they're wrapping up. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I need to see that episode. Melissa, thank you for being a member for 13 months. Wow, you've been a member since February 2023. That is incredible. Thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate that. What do I think of Ming Na Wen joining the cast of The Karate Kid? Honestly, I'm really excited hearing she's going to be in it. I mean, obviously, I'm still skeptical in the movie based on everything with Cobra Kai. Like, how is it going to affect the last season? And also, like, the creators not being involved is kind of like it's a bit of a negative with the film. I still hope the film is going to be great, though. Seeing Ralph and Jackie on screen in the cinema is going to be crazy. And, we got a really great cast that's been announced. There's been so many great names. Sadie Stanley, I think it is. Obviously, Joshua Jackson, he hasn't been in a role for like 10 years. And then you've got Ben Wang's the new Karate Kid, and we've got Ming Na Wen now. I mean, there's probably going to be more that will get announced. And, what I found interesting is that Courtney is being followed by the director on the literal Instagram page. So I found that quite interesting. The director of the Karate Kid movie is literally following Courtney Hengler on Instagram, not following any other cast members other than Ralph. But we already know he's in the film. But isn't that interesting? Ming Na Wen is such a great actress. I mean, I've loved her since Mulan, when she did the voice of Mulan, and I grew up with her, with like what she's been in, and she was in Star Wars. There's Fennec Shard, who's really cool, and I really am looking forward to what they do with that because she's a great actress. What is going on, Frank? How's it going, man? Yeah, I've been good, thanks, bro. Hope you've been well. And host another CK forum. It feels like that, doesn't it? Nervous, more nervous than excited. What's up, JR Star Wars? Yeah, I think majority of fans are probably feeling the same as you. Because we want this to be good at the end of the day. We don't want to like be complaining about this new movie. Season 6 is already getting us like excited and hyped, but how they go about this other stuff, yeah, it just really depends. Yeah, I mean, I think they are working double time. Maybe their schedules got even more crazier than they expected. So I guess it depends on how that's going. But I guess we'll see. We'll definitely see. Cobra Kai student, what's happening? On what's next on Netflix? It says season 6 is supposed to finish filming July 2024. Really? Did you mean the what's on Netflix page? Or did you mean literally the what's next on Netflix? So would they even I don't even know if they would put when they are finished filming on the official website for Cobra Kai. I mean, I can have a look. Oh wow. Okay, when was this posted? I've just seen an article saying that apparently, I think this was an updated article. It says in it that Cobra Kai season 6 filming will conclude in late July. Late July? I mean, when Shola said 6 months of filming, I think that's what this page probably thought. Strike First Media, what's up? What's going on, bro? Hope you're well, dude. Yeah, I mean, they've been working double time. Like, they've really been working much harder than any other season. And, I believe they've filmed most of it by now. I mean, they still haven't finished, though. Like, they filmed in January and February. And, normally Cobra Kai would probably be wrapping up now if this was the regular, 10 episode, the typical runtime of Cobra Kai, like a typical Cobra Kai season, they would have wrapped up by now. Or, like literally next week or something. But because it's the biggest season, they're going to be filming more. I just don't think we're going to get like less runtime than season 5. It's got to be more. And I mean, I still believe we'll get like, I've been saying this for like over a year and a half now, that I think with the last season we'll get volumes like Stranger Things 4. So how they split that up, we'll see. But I really hope, they've been working efficiently. It's actually crazy. Like Stranger Things has like 9 months of filming according to Millie Bobby Brown, so it's kind of crazy how they're going about that. What are your predictions and hopes for Tori's arc this season. I personally think she's been on an emotional journey. Yeah, I think she's grown into one of my fan favorites. Like I really liked her from the start. Then I thought like she's too extreme in the school fight, and her character since then has just been growing and growing and growing. And she's easy one of my top. I think she's in my top 5 or 6 characters in the show. I mean, she's had such a great development. Season 5 was easily her best season, I think. And her journey is only going to get more interesting, I think, going into season 6. I mean, this is whole new Miyagi-Do look. She's part of that. She's also the only student from Cobra Kai that has not actually stepped foot in Miyagi-Do, you know, literally ever. I mean, think about it. The only time she's actually been in Miyagi-Do was in that, well, literally Peyton List filmed that scene with Mary for Sam's nightmare sequence in season 3. But like literally the character of Tory has never been there, technically. So actually, no, that's wrong. She had that fight with Sam. So that's the only time she's actually been there. It was season 3. Um, but she's never trained there or anything, obviously, because she wasn't in Miyagi-Do, Miyagi Fang. So yeah, we have season 6 coming up with a very big season for Tori, and I think she's going to play a very big role in not just the world tournament for Sam and the girls. I think like her arc outside of the tournament is going to play a big part, because I actually have a prediction that she might not be that focused on the world tournament as much, because I think we're going to see a lot of family stuff with her next season, which is gonna make Daniel feel bad for her, and also obviously Amanda was already looking out for her, so I expect so much to come with her character, and I just hope we get to see more of that emotional vulnerability with Tori, because that's where Peyton has her best acting, and also it brings out the best out of Tori's character, like the best potential. So yeah, I'm so excited for her character. I mean, she's easy one of my favorites, and I think we're just gonna have some greatness coming from her. Um, I remember seeing her for the first time in Street Fighter Van Damme when she played Chun Li. Oh yes, that's actually a good one to mention as well. About Ming Na Wen, because like she played that role really well from what I remember. Um, Clifford Favors. What's up, man? Do you think we'll see more of Tori's younger brother in season 6? Well, there's a chance actually, because we've only seen Tori in her family. Literally, she's the only one from her own family we've seen. It's kind of like Dimitri. We haven't seen his parents. I feel like with Tori, we're gonna finally see the mum, and we're gonna see, a bit more in her brother. And surely he is in a similar age bracket to, the likes of Anthony, or like not the exact same age, but it could be potentially that he is in a similar age. Because I think the only time we actually saw him, from what I remember, I think it was season 3 when Tori was making that sandwich for him. That's like the only time we really saw him. But it wasn't even like he didn't get any dialogue or anything, so that's interesting. Um It's definitely, I mean, if it's necessary, yes. Especially if anything happens to Tori's mum, I think we'll definitely see her. And I think it will be interesting to say the least what they do with that. Darth Chosen, what's up, man? Do you think we could get 2 fights with Creese versus Silver? Yeah, that's potential. That's potential. Sorry, I just sneezed then. Um, See, I've been thinking there will be 1 fight at least, but 2 fights would be pretty grand. I mean, we could get an early fight with them. What if Silver and Crease fight? And it would be crazy if, you know, they see each other earlier on in the season and they do have a fight, and then you know, maybe something goes Crease's way. It really could. What if Silver tries to fight him and like Sensei Kim and the Sensei sort of like stop him because they've lost trust in him? Because I think Crease is gonna. I'm still thinking he's teaming up with Sensei Kim, so uh, that could be one of the fights. But they would have to do it in a certain way, and then obviously I think if it is in Korea they have a fight, that would be pretty badass because it would also parallel their training they had with Master Kim. If they fight together if they fight each other in Korea, Thomas and Martin, and then I've been saying this, I said this on a wave the first episode with Drew on the Cobra Kai Kid channel. I can see them like switching between Barrett and Nick, who played young Crease and young Silver in the flashbacks. And then it goes to Thomas and it goes to Martin. And then like maybe young Crease punches. And then like it switches to Nick Marini, who plays young Silver. Like it would be really cool if they do that. Because also, I'm guessing for Martin, this probably will be the most physically demanding season out of all the seasons of Cobra Kai he's been in. Maybe more so than that season 3 fight he had with Johnny. So there's quite a lot there. There's a lot there, man. And I think we've got so much to unpack with this fight as well, because it's been building up for a very long time. And you know, it's been building up since, you could argue, the 80s, because after what happened with the Karate Kid 3, I mean, it really annoyed Silver. And he was explaining that to Crease in season 4, how it ruined him. We're definitely getting fights with them. We've got to. Even if it's like a fan service thing, like I think it's gonna be well written. It's gonna be poetic as F. I can't wait. Crease was chosen in the first episode. I see. Here's the thing: if I would like to see them fight, but what would be the context? And also, like, if Crease wins in a fight against Chosen, that's just that's more of a that's more plot armor than like Daniel with Johnny and Mike and Chosen back in the Karate Kid movies. Like, there's no way Crease is being Chosen. The only reason would be because of his injuries. But I'm sorry, Chosen is smacking him up. It's just that simple. But it'll be interesting. What am I expecting from Silver? I see they've been very coy about it. He's definitely back. I just don't think Thomas is gonna say anything until the new season, of course, when it's released. And I think we'll get a lot of really big things for his character. I think we're gonna get like a few surprises with him. He's gonna get his way in some sense of like getting back at Crease, because especially when he hears that Crease is trying to work with Sensei Kim, that's gonna really piss him off. And then obviously what happened with the Sekai Takai with Miyagi Fang being involved in the tournament now, it's gonna get pretty, it's gonna get crazy. He didn't plan on that happening, and I think there's gonna be some crazy stuff that goes on with Silver. I expect him to have a pretty big involvement in moving the story next season. I know Crease is going to be at the forefront of that as well, because he's kind of becoming the main villain next season. But I think Silver is like, just don't be surprised if he ends up teaming up with Hector, because at this point in the show, it's getting so crazy now. I can see them doing something pretty crazy like that, tying it into Miguel's story with his father returning, looking for him in the valley, and like Silver can potentially team up with him, especially if Hector tries to get his hands in that Sekai Takai tournament, because you don't know. I mean, supposedly there's a dojo in Mexico that's going to be in the tournament. So what if Hector's involved with that? We don't know. So it will be interesting to see that. I mean, he could probably make a lot of money from that tournament as well. What's up, Frank? Sam winning the Takai is boring. We basically watching Sam versus a ruthless CK student in the final for the minute time, but without the personal connection there was when it was versus Tory. I personally I wouldn't say Sam winning is boring, but there would have to be a Oh, there would have to be a very interesting way of going about that fight. I mean, Sam has a great chance, and she actually has technically been learning. Like she's learned karate the most out of all the students, like because she's like been raised with it. But then her competition has also probably been training more ruthlessly and longer than she has. So you gotta talk about that as well. So it's quite interesting in that sense. I want to see. I want to see how they go about that, but also Sam needs her light in this tournament, especially because she was cheated out of that All Valley, and Tory also felt cheated with that as well because she obviously realized that the referee was involved in her fight with Sam. Um, but then again, we knew Sam technically won that, and she was cheated on in that fight in the All Valley. But it's like I want Tory to get a shine as well because she was cheated from that victory as well. So that's definitely something. Uh, oh, Barnes and Chosen. Sorry, Barnes and Silver. Oh my goodness. That would be a big fight. I really want to see that next season. I really hope that is one of the fights we see next season as well. Um, just think about it. Like, especially like he's a great fighter, and of course Silver is one of the best. That would be pretty crazy if you could just imagine that. Oh my god. Um, Cobra Kai student. Do you think season 6 will come out before the new Karate movie or after? Personally, think it makes more sense to come before 13 December. I think it will come out before the Karate Kid movie, especially because I don't want this film to come out. And if there's anything in it that could ruin season 6, in the sense like, what if they do something a little bit different with Daniel, or it confuses the timeline stuff with the canon? I think I think Netflix will release it before, and you want all the shine on that. Even if they're doing like volumes, if one of the volumes, I mean, they will definitely release it before. Like the first volume is definitely coming out before like um the Karate Kid movie release date, because I don't think the Netflix will want to let that film overshine the final season of Cobra Kai. But also, I think if they release the second half or whatever after the release date, like, but it's still in December, that would be quite interesting as well. Because they want to, of course, the creators as well, Cobra Kai. They want all the attention and promotion on the final season of Cobra Kai because this is huge and it's such a important season to wrap the story up with, and how they go about character arcs and everything else. It's going to be interesting. Um, Damn right, Creese would stand no chance, Mr. Chosen. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be really crazy to see um, a fight with those two, but I just think it would be really stupid if Creese ends up beating him very easily, because then it kind of just diminishes like Chosen's badassery, and also how much of like he's arguably the Miyagi in the series right now in terms of like the karate and what he can do. Like he's arguably the best. Um, so uh, Cobra Shane, Dutch. I actually think we will see him. If you haven't seen my new video, like when I was just discussing it in just about 2 weeks ago now, that post that disappeared, that's quite interesting. That um, the post was deleted from the Instagram page for Maddie McQueen, the daughter of Chad McQueen, that her father wasn't going to appear in the series. Like she said, not just season 4, literally the series. So she was trying to explain that he's not coming back at all. But why would you delete that post? And even if that's not the intention, um, someone was eventually going to find that out. Unless you thought, oh, I can archive this. People already know. But we still don't know. It doesn't confirm that he's coming back, but it gives us a likelihood that he's probably going to return. Like he's definitely been convinced by the big three to come back. Like, you know, they've probably had to do so much to get him back because he really isn't interested in pursuing acting again. But I think it would be great to see him back. We need new sensei student pairings. Yeah. I mean, I think that would be cool. I think that might be one of the things we do get next season. You know, Daniel and Tory is a big one. Johnny and Robbie, we've never fully seen, which you'd think we would because, you know, they're father and son. But I actually do want to see them doing some moves together. That'd be awesome. Daniel and Tory is very important because I think they need a I think Daniel needs to see more of how Tori's developed as a better person. And of course, Sam's like, you know, potentially being a friend of hers now. And Amanda sort of like opened everybody up to that, I think, first, even though like at the time in season 4, no one was like, you know, Sam and Daniel were like, what are you doing? Why is she in the house and all this? But I definitely think we're gonna get a lot of things happening next season with uh new pairings. I think that would be something we would definitely see. I kind of wish I asked that in John Howitz's Q&A because I just wanted to see like, you know, what he would say in response to that. But I definitely think we will see that, which will be really interesting. Um yeah, I mean, this is the only thing with the new film. Like, we still don't know how much of it is canon. I've Sony cherry picked from the 2010 film and the original films, and they've neglected Cobra Kai. Like, it could be that. So we'll have to see, but I don't know if maybe they just made this canon to Cobra Kai and they've said it a few years after the series has ended in the timeline. Like, it would make sense if they did it that way, but also then if they make the 2010 film canon, then like it, you know, does Dre Parker come back? What is that story had nothing to do with the original franchise, but it could be part of the universe, just a separate story. But yeah, I think we'll have to wait and see. Finn, you really think that? Because at the end of the day, this show is called Cobra Kai. I mean, if they win the tournament, I would be curious how they would go about that. Like, if that is the result of the Sekai Takai, I couldn't imagine. Oh my god, I honestly couldn't imagine how that fight would be going. Like, especially if there is like a outside fight that would end the rivalry. I'm just because I've thought of scenarios that involve Hector. Like, there's got to be an external force that is gonna have a bigger effect on the story's ending than the tournament itself. Because I know this is the world tournament, but Cobra Kai has proven with this show that the fights outside of the tournament have been the biggest story motivated moments and also have given us the best moments in the show. I mean, the school fight easily overshadows like the season 1 All Valley in a lot of ways. It I mean, season 3, you know, Creese fighting Johnny and Daniel sort of teaming up at the end, and like obviously Daniel fighting Crease was crazy. The LaRusso fight, you know, season 5, oh my god, the fights we got with that. You know, season 4's tournament was great, season 1's tournament was great, but the biggest staple would be a fight outside the tournament. I think they will conclude the story with something like that. Um, Unless they're going Karate Kid 1 vibes, and then the end of the tournament is literally it. And everything else has sort of been wrapped up before the tournament. But I think they would want to end it on a positive note. You know, if we get a Rocky 3 ending with Johnny and Daniel, that'd be cool. The big wedding with Johnny and Carmen would be a great way of concluding the show, bringing all the characters together. But also, like, you know, Johnny and Daniel, what they have for their characters, that's going to be interesting. Um, yeah, Mike and Silver would be so insane. Just imagine that fight. Um, Andrew, I can't honestly see that happening. I think that would ruin Chosen's like development as well. If this was like maybe Breaking Bad or a show that's like way crazier, or Game of Thrones, maybe we could get something like that. But I know Ralph has said this is karate Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones is still too crazy. Like the stuff they do in there, red wedding. If you know, you know. That's just all I'm gonna say. Uh I'm just saying if I've missed any. Okay, I did see something about that, which is interesting. I think, where did he say this? Was it like an Instagram live? Also, like Julie Pierce, I think Hilary Swank will be in the show. I can see that happening. Um, that'll be great. I'm just trying to see if I missed any comments. No, I think we're good. Oh, this is a great question. What was the best season in your opinion so far? There's not one bad season of Cobra Kai. Let's just put that out there. I was saying this a while ago, or I've been always saying this, that the show has never had a bad season. It's just simply how you rank them, preference wise, what you liked more, what you enjoyed more. I think season 5 just gave us so many crazy moments of build up, and we've been building this story for so many seasons, and for it to get where it is now, and for us to bathe in this like greatness with like what they've achieved, and just in be able to experience what like some of the craziness we've seen in this final season. It's so incredible, you know. I'm just so or up to this final season. I mean, like season 5 gave us so many crazy moments. We got team ups we finally wanted to see. A lot of satisfaction in that season, and going into season 6, like it's gonna be crazy. We got fights we never thought we would see. Um, we got some really deep, heartfelt moments. I absolutely loved what they did with, you know, a lot of the characters. There's so much in that season. You know, I think season 5 overall. But like, you know, I love every season. Is every season is special of Cobra Kai, and I'm sure season 6 will probably end up being the most definitive season. But I think people will remember way before season 5 even comes out. There was a time where before season 6 comes out, there was a time where season 5 was just so great. Uh, you know, filmmaking was excellent. The stories, for like Daniel, Tory. I know a lot of stuff with Miguel with Mexico. Um, you know, Robbie and Miguel coming together, step brothers. There's been so much returns for characters, seeing Jessica back. The fights in season 5 were crazy. I mean, the stuff with Silva taking over the valley with Cobra Kai. There's been so much craziness. The finale was crazy, and those sweet moments, you know, like the craziness of seeing Chosen, Johnny, and Mike, the villains of the Karate Kid, helping Daniel. Like, who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? Yeah, I think season 5, but I love season 3. That's arguably like the best season in terms of the pure feeling of it, and like how they have built the way in which Cobra Kai has become like, it just became very dark at that point. And also there's moments in that season that really define how the show can just uh be great with that one season. Um, you know, season 3 is such a staple season for people to realize like this show, it just gets better and better. And like season 1 and 2 were great. Season 3 really took it up even more. But yeah, that's another great season. Season 4 for me as a creator, I loved it season 3 and 4 were probably the best seasons for me as a YouTuber. I feel like season 5, I barely got to do that much with it, which was a shame. And I think overall, when I think of my creator experience and fan experience, it's like a even more difficult question to answer. Dude, I remember tweeting about this. I would love to see that. It would be so funny if he was in a scene in the Sekai Takai. Let's make it happen. He's got to be part of the English dojo that's in the tournament. It's gonna catch up to Creese. Like he's probably gonna finally get axed. I think it's the way to redeem his character. Um, how do you guys feel about the potential of Crease dying? Because there's a lot of craziness that's been going on with his character, and just kind of curious what you guys think about that, and also what to expect with him, because he's gonna surprise a lot of people this season, I think, with what he does. Like he's definitely uh an interesting character. But yeah, I think we've got a lot of craziness to ensue. um but yeah, I'm gonna round this off at the 40-minute mark. It's been fun talking to you guys. What's up, Garrett? How you doing, man? Yeah, I think he's one of those characters that I feel can only benefit from an ending in that sense to conclude his character arc, because he is a strong-willed character in who he is. But I think the no mercy thing, I think it's going to be very ironic how he ends up showing mercy to someone, or going against the no mercy thing, but it sort of bites back at him, if that makes sense. That's kind of a pun because of the cobra and the snake, but I think that's going to be his way of bowing out, is that he showed mercy even though he's been shown no mercy a lot of his life. So it's like very poetic there, but it's doing it in a way for he sacrifices himself, or he saves someone, or he does something greater than he ever expected he would. And then I think Cobra Kai will die with him. You know, Silver walked away from Cobra Kai. He was done with it. And that was, he walked away from it. He didn't care about what happened with Crease. Like he just got on with life. It ruined him, and he said about that. And then obviously the PTSD with Vietnam, it really got to him, and Crease reminded him of that. I think Cobra Kai will die when Crease dies. So I think they could be doing that. And it's gonna be sad thinking about that. And then also, like, I think with Silver, I mean, they could kill him off as well, but I just think Crease would make more sense. But the way they do it, like, if you don't feel bad, like in the way they kill Crease off, like it's gonna be like shocking, I think. Like just the sheer moment of seeing that. I think how many times is he gonna fake his death? He can't keep doing it. Like this time for real, I think the fact that everybody sees it, like Daniel, Johnny, all the characters actually see him die, that's gonna be even more crazy. So I definitely think it's gonna be wild how they go about it. I mean, if Silver dies as well, I can see them like Crease and Silver being buried like right next to each other. I did think of this theory as well with like Crease, but I don't know if it would I don't know if it would happen. But I guess we'll find out. Um This is another great question. Who are going to be the main fighters for Cobra Kai? I mean, Kenny is looking like he's going to Miyagi-Do, and we got all these other things going on. I cannot see them having any characters betraying Miyagi Fang. I think the characters are strictly going to be from Sensei Kim's dojo. We'll probably get some new faces. We want mercenaries. We want characters that are going to be so dangerous for the Valley fighters. I want to see that. I want to see the stakes so high that it's like they fought fighting each other, like, you know, the ex Cobras, Miguel and Robbie's rivalry, Sam and Tory's rivalry. They thought they were fighting each other was bad. I'm sure the school fight would just be a small memory in their mind compared to what they come against in that tournament. And also what happens outside of it, because these students are going to be savage. Sensei Kim has probably got absolute menaces in that dojo of hers. And we are going to see that. It's going to happen. Because we need something to make those guys go, damn, we need each other. We need to work together. We need to make sure we stop this. Stop Cobra Kai from winning. It's definitely an important one. But yeah. Yeah, I cannot wait. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. We've hit the 40-minute mark. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. If you would like to see more, make sure to hit the like button. If we get 200 likes on this, I'll keep doing regular streams, or 150 likes. I've been Cobra Kai Nation, Shamoon. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate your questions. I will be back very soon for another live stream. I'll be back next week. Might even have a collab, might have somebody on, but we will see. But any suggestions you want for live streams? I have so many ideas. I'm going to be doing more tier lists again. I mean, there's so many cool things that I can be doing for streams, but I just don't know what exactly to do because there's so much I could do. Until there's new news, until there's some updates so I can give you on a stream. That is it for now. So guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to follow me on Cobra Kai Nation YT on Instagram. Follow my Twitter, or X as they call it now, at Cobra Kai Nation. I'm on TikTok. You know where to find me. But yeah, don't forget to check out my Cinema Nation YouTube channel as well. I've been posting more about other shows on that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, I'm just going to play a little clip for you, so you can enjoy the end of this stream. I don't know if I should loop this. Maybe I should.